Oh, all right. First time trying this. Um, I got. I'm streaming IRL, and okay, that's muted. My chat room, stream manager, and stream info. Uh, that's stream info. I should probably change the title, huh? Oh God. Uh, Save. All right. Cool. So what? Stream info. Okay, that's the name of the stream. Yeah. All right. Well. All right. Here we are. I am trying something new. I'm doing my first board game live stream, and I'm starting a Marvel Villainous tournament. So Marvel Villainous. Obviously, I really like Marvel Villainous, and I randomized the tournament and the turn order and everything of whatever characters go against each other. And currently, the first game I got is Titania versus M.O.D.O.K. And over here on the Dr. Facilier puzzle I have yet to frame, we have Taskmaster going together in a 1v1v1. And Titania has the honor of going first with the goal of defeating She-Hulk after becoming empowered. She has to vanquish heroes by herself, sometimes with the help of allies, to get all the way up to 8 strength, and then she herself and by herself has to vanquish a She-Hulk card. It could be either the one that comes with her Fate deck, or the one that comes in the original Fate deck for Marvel Villainous. There might also be a third one that comes with the second expansion, the Mischief and Malice set. But I'm not sure. So let's get going. So first turn, she has here. Okay, so cards I got. So we got Carl Greer, always a good guy to have for backup, but later in the game. Valuable loot's always fun. I'm right here. Reveal cards from the top of the Fate deck until you reveal a hero. Play that hero to any location in your domain other than Titania's location. Okay, so I have to be able to vanquish at whatever location I go to. Okay, so I'm going to go here. I'm going to gain 2. I'm going to spend 1 to play. I'm right here to find my first hero. Alright, don't forget to grab the 1 power I have left over. I also got to give Taskmaster 2 power starting off, now that I think about it. Alright, I'm right here is going to let us reveal cards from the Fate deck until I reveal a hero. So let's see here. Boom. Is it? It's been a hot minute since I played Marvel Villainous. Let me get an instruction booklet here real quick. Of course this would happen. The only thing about Marvel Villainous I don't know fully is how events work. Alright. Let's see here. I just got out the Mischief and Malice. Event. Cards or situations far-reaching effects which affect power and negate penalties. So play the penalties on going at each weapon's deal. Which am I? Without a villain, cards go there. Equivalent to the center of the playing area unless a global event is already played. Only one global event. Play, draw a new one from the Fate deck, place it one face down, each event hits a string. So it says if it's a global event, which is the one that affects all heroes at the same time, it's revealed, I have to play it immediately. So I don't have to play this? Okay, we got AIM Revolution, AIM Revolt, Government Work. Okay, this is really weird. Vault Guardsman. This is a Titania Central card. Okay, what does it say? When Vault Guardsman is played, you may find an item in the Fate deck or Fate discard pile and play it to this domain. Oh, okay. That could be really good for Titania. I'm going to put them here because there's a Vanquish action at the bottom of a location there. And I'm pretty sure these just get shuffled back in to the Fate deck. So, shuffle these real quick. Woo. Okay. This is the first time I'm actually playing a board game for my YouTube channel. I am playing this for my YouTube channel. I'm going to upload it. If my phone doesn't die first, of course. Alright. And I could discard, but I think I'm actually pretty comfortable keeping these 3 cards I have here. So I'm going to draw it right back up. And we got Gamma Exposed. Main. Gamma Exposed. Choose a hero in your domain with less strength than Titania. Place a +1 strength tokens on that hero until they have strength equal to Titania's. Okay, so yeah, that's a good card for later. Alright, gotta bring my phone over here. I'm also using this advantage to try out a new tripod that I just got so I could record these. M.O.D.O.K's first turn. So M.O.D.O.K started off with a decent hand. He got Aim Scientist, Infinite Calculations, which is always good, and then these 2 cards, which don't really mean anything. Alright, we're going to go to the laboratory. We're going to gain 3. I'm going to immediately spend 2 to play Aim Scientists, 2 Aim Laboratory, and then I'm going to spend 1 to play Infinite Calculations. When you play Infinite Calculations, take any uncovered action in your domain. I'm just going to use that to gain 3 power again, because M.O.D.O.K does struggle with power near the end. So, definite advice for M.O.D.O.K is gain as much power as possible, and not much else I could do here. So, yeah. We get Aim Scientist Supreme. When Aim Scientist Supreme is played, all other allies in your domain with Aim in their name in your domain gain +1 strength at the start of your turn. If there are fewer than 3 Aim allies in play, lose 1 loyalty. And then we have Hail M.O.D.O.K, which is his main way of gaining loyalty. If you have 4 or more allies with Aim in their name in play, gain 1 loyalty. M.O.D.O.K's goal is to find the Cosmic Cube, get his loyalty all the way to 5, and then activate the Cosmic Cube, which can only be activated when he has a loyalty of 5. He also has to have power of the cube in play. I'm pretty sure the card is called. It's been a minute. Alright. Over here now, we have Taskmaster. Just at the middle of the road villain. Here. Gotta take a sip of my water. Alright. Taskmaster's always that villain that, like, if I just want to enjoy myself, I'll play. But he's not like a guy I play a lot. Titania's just okay. And M.O.D.O.K, I think, is actually pretty fun. I do enjoy M.O.D.O.K. Alright. So starting off in Taskmaster's hand, let's see. We got Blood Spider, Training Academy, Redeploy, Trainer for Hire. Oh. This could be good. This could be interesting. Okay. I'm going to go Training Room. I'm going to gain 3. I have to walk over here. The Cauldron's a little far away from Taskmaster, and so is the Fate deck. So, I'm going to have to keep that. And then, Blood Spider, I think, is definitely one of the worst allies in Taskmaster's deck. He doesn't do much. Either way, though, I gained 3. Blood Spider, so Taskmaster's goal is he has to have 4 allies, each with 5 or more strength, and each at a different location. So he has to have an ally with 5 strength at each location. None of his allies. The most strength his allies start off with at once is 3. Or at base is 3. Alright, so where's a location I'm going to want to protect with this guy? Probably, I'm going to spend 2. I probably am definitely wanting to protect Camp Hammond, because this location has an activate at the top of it, and an activate action is one of Taskmaster's best friends. I'm going to discard Redeploy. We don't need that yet. But I am going to play for free Trainer for Hire. Choose another player. Reveal cards from that player's villain deck until you reveal players, or until you reveal an ally, play that ally to that player's domain for free, then gain power equal to that ally's cost plus 1. Alright, so I'm going to use that on Titania. And being that I have to go over there next, I'm just going to bring this tripod with me. Definitely don't want to use it on M.O.D.O.K. M.O.D.O.K. does need a lot of allies. He does have some pretty expensive allies in his deck, but we don't want to give him anything too strong like Leader or the Sentinel. Alright, we got Friends in Tight Spaces. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Villains in Love. Volcana. Okay, so this is probably the one ally we did not want to get because she's really good. But Volcana is used in a Vanquish action and is discarded. Titania gets +1 strength. If I was Taskmaster, I would play her as far away from any locations where she would has Vanquish actions as possible. So I'd probably play Volcana to the safe house. And these cards get put back, shuffled back in the deck. Alright. So Taskmaster's going to get a whopping 4 power from that. Not bad. Not bad at all. He did get one of the more expensive allies in her deck. If not the most expensive. I think the most expensive in her deck is the Wrecking Crew. Alright, and he's going to draw back up. I know I didn't bring my tripod over here, but, you know. Alrighty then. Alright, what do we got here at Titania? Okay, well, I think I know what I'm going to do with Titania here. I'm going to go over here, I'm going to use that Vanquish action to vanquish the Vault Guardsman. Alright. So, the Vault Guardsmen, they do equal my strength. Titania only gets a strength if she vanquishes, if she's used in a Vanquish action against a hero with a strength equal or higher than hers. So she went from 1 strength to 2 strength. When Vault Guardsman is played, you may find an item in the Fate deck or Fate discard pile and play it to this domain. It says I may. I'm not going to do that. They go in the Fate discard pile, aka the Afterlife. And now she has an action unlocked. I'm going to spend one to play Valuable Loot, and I'm just going to immediately gain that one back from Valuable Loot. So I still have that 1 power. Definitely probably want to play Valuable Loot here because this is, or there, but you're probably going to end up using this location a lot more. This is where your 2 play card actions are. Then I'm going to spend 1 to play I'm Right Here to find another hero. Alright, here we go. And I'll probably play this hero to Volcana's location. When Captain Marvel is played, relocate all allies in the targeted player's domain to her location. Okay. Oof. So, Captain Marvel's strength is a bit high. She does have a whopping 6 strength for a hero. That hurts a little bit. But, should be easy work for Titania. Especially with Absorbing Man. Because when Carl Greer Absorbing Man is played or relocated, you adjust his strength to be equal to the strongest other character, including Titania, at his new location. When used in a Vanquish action at Titania's location, he is not discarded. But it looks like we might lose him. Eventually. Ooh. I don't actually think Captain Marvel's going to last that long. Alright, back over to M.O.D.O.K's section, the aim everything area. Our hand's honestly pretty garbage right now. So, I'm going to go over here to the aim warehouse. And I'm going to gain 2 power. And then I am just going to discard 2 cards. I'm going to keep Aim Scientist Supreme and Hail M.O.D.O.K in my deck, but I am getting rid of M.O.D.O.K Superior and Psionic Blast. And we draw an Aim Scientist and Super Adaptoid. Aim Scientists don't do much. They only have 1 strength, and if they're used in a Vanquish action, I lose 1 loyalty. Super Adaptoid, if he's used in a Vanquish action, he gains strength equal to the hero being vanquished. So he's just like a nuke, basically, on whatever hero you want to use him on. Alright. Back over here to Taskmaster's training campus. So the cards we drew was another training academy, a conduct exercise, and Diamondback. So we do have another ally we can put out. It's just where would I want to put Diamondback is the question. I don't think I'm going to put Diamondback out yet. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go here, gain 2 power, spend 1, and I'm going to play a Training Academy card to Camp Hammond. So, Training Academy, when a character is vanquished at this location, place a +1 strength token on each ally at this location, then discard this card instead of discarding any ally cards. Alright, so Training Academy there, boom. And grab that 1 power, and we could draw a training dummy, which is his main source of getting strength on allies. Really good. Get that 1 power that I forgot to give him. Taskmaster's turn was quick and simple, and so was M.O.D.O.K's. Did I grab M.O.D.O.K that 2 power? I'm pretty sure I did. I also had a fade action with M.O.D.O.K, but I don't think it's I don't think we're ready to fade anybody yet, actually. All right. But Titania is now looking for blood. All right. So let me read this card. So, what is this card? Getting Paid. When Getting Paid is played, attach it to any hero in play. You may place up to 2 -1 strength tokens on that hero. When that hero is defeated, the villain who defeated them gains power equal to the hero's current strength. Ooh, this card's actually really good to use on her. It's placed up to 2 -1 strength tokens, huh? Alright then. I'm going to go to the streets of Manhattan. I'm going to gain 2. I'm going to spend 1. I'm going to play Trapster to the safe house. He has 2 strength, and heroes cannot be relocated from his location. He has to go first. Alrighty then. And when it comes to discarding, actually, I'm not going to discard anything. I'm just going to see where this hand leads me for now. Alright. Over to M.O.D.O.K. Okay. So we have quite a few allies in our hand. So I'm just going to go over to AIM Laboratory. I'm going to gain 3, and I'm going to spend 3 to play an AIM Scientist and an AIM Scientist Supreme. I'll play her to the warehouse. And she gives a +1 strength token to every other AIM ally. So somehow M.O.D.O.K is getting strength tokens out on his board more before Taskmaster is. That's interesting. And yeah, there's nothing to vanquish. We already used our 2 play card actions, so we draw another M.O.D.O.K Superior and another M.O.D.O.K Superior. What a shame. Alright. Alright. Let's see what you got, Taskmaster. Taskmaster. Jesus. Alright. So we did get a training dummy, which is always nice. So I'm going to go here to the training room. I think I'm going to keep Blood Spider in his own little place over there. But currently, I'm going to gain 3. I'm going to spend 2 because I'm going to play Diamondback and a training dummy to the Solomon Institute. I can activate the training dummy to put a +1 strength token on any of my allies on one of my allies at this location. And Taskmaster has 1 power left over from this turn. And once again, I'm not going to discard anything. I think I'm getting a lot of decent cards right now. Alright. Back over here to Titania. There's a lot of moving around, but you know, that's what happens when you're playing by yourself. Alright. We're going to go to Battle World. And I am going to... Maybe placing Captain Marvel there wasn't the best idea. Because I could have gotten an extra strength out of this if I played this right. But either way, I'm going to gain 3. I'm only going to grab 2. I'm only going to grab 2 because I am spending 1 to play Getting Paid, to put 2 -1 strength tokens on Captain Marvel. And when she is defeated, the villain who defeated them gains power equal to the hero's current strength. So I can place up to. I'm only going to place 1 because these guys have a combined 5. So I'm going to use Volcana and the Trapster with that Vanquish action to vanquish them. And when she's used to the Vanquish action and discarded, I get +1 strength. So I get a strength out of it either way, but not only do I get 1 strength out of it, I also gain 5 power for getting rid of Captain Marvel. 5 big bucks for defeating Captain Marvel. Alright, give me these, give me these. This might turn into a part 1 and finish part 2 tomorrow. Because my phone did not have the battery life to handle this. Alright, and before I end my turn, I think I'm actually going to Fate. Alright, so what do we draw from the Fate deck here? We draw Inhibitor Shackles. When Inhibitor Shackles is... oh god. When Inhibitor Shackles are played, attach them to an ally or Titania. Remove all strength tokens from that character. They cannot be used in a Vanquish action, and their ability is ignored. You may pay 2 power to remove Inhibitor Shackles. Whoo! That could be really bad for Taskmaster. That could be really bad. What, their ability is ignored. Wait, attach it to an ally or Titania. Okay, so these guys' abilities literally don't mean anything. Right now. These guys' abilities, this is when she's played, and this is when she's played. This is kind of a dead fate. This really ain't gonna do anything. But yeah, I guess we're definitely attaching it to one of Taskmaster's allies. It doesn't really matter who we attach it to. I guess Blood Spider? Why not? Alright, we remove all strength tokens from that character. They cannot be used in a Vanquish action, and their abilities ignored. Oh, they cannot be used in a Vanquish action? Oh, this is actually probably really good then. But at the same time, I could just straight up pay 2 power to remove that card. And Taskmaster has a big wad of cash just sitting there. He's getting paid big bucks for all the lessons he's doing. Alright, so Titania's done. Now it's M.O.D.O.K's turn. Alright. So, this is going to be another pretty useless turn. Now, as much as I think the Super Adaptoid is cool, he's never a card that I play. So, I'm going to go to AIM Warehouse. I'm going to gain 2. I'm going to then... I mean, what's wrong with losing one Hail M.O.D.O.K card? I'm going to discard my entire hand. And I'll Fate. Why not? I think we're at that point in the game now. Oh boy, he got a global event. He got Lockdown at the Raft. Has a whopping 8 strength. When you play an ally, pay 1 additional power. Reward, you may... reward for any villains that participated with their cards in defeating this event. The reward is you may find an ally from your deck or discard pile and put it into your hand. Right, we got Lockdown at the Raft in the house. Okay, where can I keep that to make sure that's always present? I don't know. We're just going to kind of have to remember it. Alright. Oh, we'll put it above M.O.D.O.K's board so he has the shame of it all. Right. And events do not count as locations for Taskmaster, I'm pretty sure. So, like, he can't just end the game by saying, like, hey, you know what? I'm at this location. This event is a location, and even though it's not cleared, I just got my 4th ally to a new location, and I win. That's another thing with Taskmaster that some people don't grasp, is that you don't have to have allies strictly at your locations. Like Shadow Initiative, you can have an ally with a strength of 4 or more, or with a strength of 5 on another hero's board and count it as a win. Shadow Initiative literally lets you do that. Alright, but right now, I'm going to the Solomon Institute, and I am gaining 2 power. And I don't even think I'm spending anything this turn. No, I'm not. I'm not spending anything this turn. I'm going to play Conduct Exercise to perform an Activate action to give her +1 strength. And then I'm going to use my normal Activate action here to give her another +1 strength. Alright. There she goes. She is at 4 strength already. And, yeah, that's going to be my turn. All right, we drew another training academy. Probably going to have to start putting these out because I don't really want to waste them, but they're kind of cluttering up my hand here. Definitely starting to. I could relocate her next turn to get her to 5 strength instead of wasting the other conduct exercise card I have to perform an activate action. But the problem with that is I'm scared that one of these villains is going to get the opportunity to kill her. And then we lose all that strength. Alright, so I have to... Carl Greer Absorbing Man does not get strength equal to the events. And I don't know if I want to waste him on an event. He is really pricey. This wizard guy is really good. They all got really good money now. Like, this event isn't too hurtful right now. So we're going to go to the Streets of Manhattan. I'm going to discard one of my Gamma boosted cards. I'm going to gain 2, and I'm going to spend 2 to play the Wizard. The Wizard costs 2 now because of the event, Lockdown at the Raft. So I have to pay 1 extra power to play him. He costs 1, so I had to spend 2. And I can activate him for 2 power to relocate a hero in any domain to any location in my domain. Or Titania's domain. Alright, still holding on to Carl Greer. Waiting for the opportune time. Alright. We pick up Villains in Love, which just helps us find or use Carl Greer Absorbing Man. And then just the 2 of us to perform a Vanquish action. Allies used are not discarded. Okay, so Titania's hand is kind of falling flat a little bit. Oh, wow. Why are you turning, bro? I didn't ask for that. There we go. Alright. I forgot to draw back up last time with M.O.D.O.K. 1, 2, 3, 4. And while this Marvel Villainous tournament might get me excited, I'm even more excited to unleash my ginormous tournament with 30 whole villains. And, yeah, I draw out my tournament charts, too. And I kind of just scribble them. But, yeah. Here is the Disney Villainous Tournament upcoming. It is, oh, God. It is 3 5-player games. Or, no, it's 6 5-player games. Including the introduction to evil characters, and it includes the new set, which is why I haven't started it yet. And I narrow it down. I get the 4 winners from each match, then I get the 3 winners from each of them, and then I get the 2 winners, and then I kind of just keep putting them against each other until one eventually comes out on top, and then we have a 6-player game, 5-player game, 4-player game, 3-player game, 2-player game, and then the winner. I don't know how the new sets, how far the characters in the new sets are going to make it, but only time will tell. And yeah, I'm doing the same thing for Marvel Villainous right now. I'm working on a tournament. This isn't just a game I put together. This is a tournament for sure. You find it? I also have a Star Wars Villainous tournament made with the new characters. I have Thrawn right there and Count Dooku right there. And yeah, my handwriting is really bad, but I kind of just rushed through drawing these. It's the gameplay that matters, not the tournament charts. I mean, the tournament matters, but the neatness of the charts does not. So, this is the tournament I'm working on right now. I kind of just choose whatever match I want to do, but this is the one we're looking at right now with Titania, M.O.D.O.K, and Taskmaster. I have a wheel that I spin on, and I write them in whatever order, so this determines the turn order. So, like, eventually when I get to Hela, Loki versus Venom, Hela's going to be going first, Loki's going to be going second, and Venom's going to be going third. Or we also got Ultron versus Kang versus Thanos, and we got Madame Mask versus Dr. Octopus versus Killmonger. Actually, I spun Madame Mask first, because she has to go first in any game you play. But, okay, let's see what M.O.D.O.K's new hand is. Aim, Infinite Calculations, Psionic Blast. Ooh, this is really good. Alright, so like I said, M.O.D.O.K has a little bit of power struggle. So I'm going to go to Aim Laboratory. I'm going to gain 3, And I'm going to spend 1 to play Infinite Calculations to gain 3. I'm letting greed consume me. And then I'm going to spend 1 to play Infinite Calculations again to gain 3. So that should be a whopping 7 power gained, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 7 power for M.O.D.O.K here. He officially has the fattest stack of any of the villains right now. He is drowning in cash. Alright, we drew the leader easily. His best card, the leader, knocks all of M.O.D.O.K's villain cards cost down by 1. So it's kind of a counter to lockdown at draft, but the problem is he also costs 4 power. 5 with lockdown at the raft. Alright. So back over the Taskmaster. Taskmaster's getting things started a little slower than everybody else is. But we're working on it. We're working on it for sure. Alright. I think I mostly just need to get these training academies out. So I'm going to go to the training room. I'm going to gain 3. I'm going to spend 1. I'm going to play a training academy here to the I'm going to play it to the training room. A training academy in the training room, you know. All this is just training. I'm going to discard Shadow Initiative. I don't think I'm quite ready to use a card like that yet. And then I'm actually going to play Conduct Exercise just to get her up to 5 strength. So just like that, Taskmaster's actually a fourth of the way done now. He's got 1 ally up to 4 strength. Or up to 5 strength. And we're just going to draw back up. We got Shadow Initiative again. We got Black Ant. Easily his best ally, if you have another ally in your hand, of course. And his shield, which keeps a ally from being discarded during a vanquish action if they're at the shield's location. Alright. Coming over here. We have Titania again. Make sure I'm watching my phone's battery. Alright. So, her hand is kind of just super meh right now. So what I think I'm going to do is I am going to go to... not there. I'm going to go here and gain 1. Carl Greer is 3, man. I'm gonna play Villains in Love so I can just straight up pay 2 after getting 1 from that to find and play him. I think Lockdown at the Vault only counts for play card actions. Because it just says pay 2 power, find and play him to Titania's location. So he is going to go up to 3 strength. Alright. There we go. So he has 3 strength now. And then we're going to discard Gamma and just the 2 of us. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, what do we got here? There's Ram right here to find a hero. Her specialty, taking any old job. Choose another player. That player chooses a hero in their domain and loses 1 power. Titania removes that hero and gains 2 power. Getting paid again. And Villains in Love. Alright. Getting paid and I'm right here have some really good synergy. There's no fate action. There's no vanquish action I can use. I can't activate the wizard. So we're going to go over here. Back to M.O.D.O.K's board. Where he just gains so much money. And we are going to go over here to AIM Submarine. We've kind of just been shipping back and forth between the laboratory and the warehouse. But no, now we're at the submarine. I'm going to discard both my Psionic Blast card. I'm going to gain 1. I'm going to spend 5 power to play the leader. I'm going to play the leader to the AIM Laboratory. Now, all my cards cost less. 1 less power to play. Alright. Draw Hail M.O.D.O.K, creating the cube, and AIM Soldier. Okay, M.O.D.O.K is getting actually pretty close. Well, I mean, he doesn't have any of that loyalty stacked up yet, but he does have some really decent cards that are going to be coming out soon. Alright. Back over to Taskmaster's area. Let's see what we got here. Here we got Black Ant, shields. I'm going to go over to the Solomon Institute. I'm going to relocate this training dummy card. all the way over to Camp Hammond, and I'm going to gain 2 and activate it to give Blood Spider +1 strength. Unfortunately, I do have to spend an extra power to play an ally. So I'm actually going to keep Black Ant. But I am actually going to use Shadow Initiative to relocate any ally I control from my domain to another player's domain. Place a +1 strength token on that ally. Alright, so he's going. We definitely don't want him to go to Titania's realm because Titania can just get rid of him. So I'm going to put him here. I'm going to cover up M.O.D.O.K's activate action. And he also has 5 strength now, so M.O.D.O.K doesn't really have much he can do. But yeah. That's what he thinks of M.O.D.O.K right now. Alright, so now we just kind of have a training dummy just here by itself, by its loathsome. But hopefully, I am going to draw an ally as my next card. Let's see what I get. Hey, Jagged Bow! After relocating or playing Jagged Bow to an event, you may relocate or play a second ally to the same event for free. Oh, Jagged Bow's interesting. I could use that to get that event out of the way, maybe. Alright. Let's take this tripod over here. Okay. So what does Titania have right now? Let's see. Okay, I'm right here. Villains in love. Getting paid. Making any old job. Alright. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to go to Battle World. I'm going to fate somebody. What do I get? I draw Thor. Okay. Thor. It doesn't really matter where I play him. I am going to play him on Taskmaster's board at... I kind of left Camp Hammond unattended, so I'm going to put Thor right on top of that Vanquish act, right on top of that Activate action at Camp Hammond. Thor's ability is simply the protection symbol, which means that you have to defeat him first if he's at a location with other heroes. Okay, so that's my fate action. Then I'm going to spend one after gaining 3, of course, to play I'm right here. I gotta play this hero, whatever hero I draw, I gotta play it to a location other than Titania's. So, Butterball. Butterball cannot be defeated. Before moving your villain, you may pay 3 power and discard 1 card from your hand and remove Butterball. That fucking sucks. Okay, we're gonna play Butterball to Denver. That sucks. Okay. That is not the kind of hero that we wanted. Whatsoever. Alright. Draw. It's only round 1. Choose a card from your discard pile and put it into your hand. Alright, that's what we drew. And that is Titania's turn. Alright. Let's go over here to where M.O.D.O.K's having a party. Alright, so I'm going to go over here. I'm going to gain 3. I still have to spend 2 to play aim because leader knocks them down by 1, but then the lockdown at the raft immediately just puts it back up to 1. And then for free, I can play Hail M.O.D.O.K. If you have 4 or more allies with aim in their name in play, gain 1 loyalty. Boom. Simple as that. We got all our allies that we needed out, and there we go. Alright, we draw another aim soldier and an aim attack. Alright. Now we're trying to keep these loyal subjects loyal. Alright. Oh god. Okay. So we do got Thor there, but I don't think he's going to be much of a problem. I'm going to go over to the training room. I'm going to gain 3. I'm going to spend 3 because I have to. I'm going to play Black Ant. I'm going to play him to Camp Hammond. And I can play an ally for free. So I can... There's Jagged Bow. After relocating or playing Jagged Bow to an event, you may relocate or play a second ally to the same event for free. So Jagged Bow is here. Actually, I could definitely use this. I could relocate. Blood Spider's not doing much. Black Ant's a lot of strength. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna move Black Ant to the event. And that puts 5 strength on an 8 strength event. But the thing is, with that event, I can find a better ally to play. An ally that'll be better for me. So, like, yeah, he's halfway done already. That's the good part. Okay, so that was just one play card action. I'm just gonna spend 1 to put a training academy there. Boom. Okay, so this is probably the only Taskmaster turn where I lost power instead of I lost more power than I gained. Alright, and we have the ally I was looking for, which is Crossbones, which he may be played from my discard pile if something were to ever happen to him. Because he always comes back. He's like the William Afton of Marvel characters. Alright. Titania. Okay, what's going on over here? Titania has not made much progress recently, which is not good. So before I move, I could pay 3 power and discard 1 card from my hand to remove him. So yeah, I think we're going to do that. Oh, I dropped 1. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Pay 3 power and discard 1 card. I'm just going to pick Villains in Love. There's really no reason for me to discard that card. Okay, Butterball's out of here. And I just have these now. Okay, so I can go over to the safe house. I'm going to spend 1 to play... Well, I'm going to spend 2 to activate the Wizard. And I can relocate any hero in any domain to any location in my domain. So I'm going to bring Thor over here to the Wizard's location. And then I'm going to spend 1 to play Getting Paid to place up to 2 -1 strength tokens on Thor. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to knock him down to 3 strength. Here we go. And I can Fate. Do I want to? Let's see if I could do something about some allies. What do I get? Oh god, Protected Vibranium. Okay, well, we're not... What are the different difficulties I can choose? Event. What are the difficulties? While playing Omnipotent, remove all events. For a tougher challenge, play the Inevitable mode and read the rules as written. Which is what? If a global event without a villain icon or any action, meaning play a global event to the center of the player. Unless a global event is already in play, only 1 global event can be played at a time. If a global event is in play and you draw a new one from the Fate deck, place the newly drawn global event on the discard pile. Okay, so this does nothing. Because we're only playing on Omnipotent. And then we got Undying. And then the final rounds are going to be, with the final 4 villains, are going to be played in my custom Infinity mode. I call it Endgame mode. Alright, so this would just make us pay 1 extra power for item, if we were to play it 1. My Endgame mode is the Avengers Assemble event starts out on the board. Which means from the very first turn of the game, villains are fating themselves. And that event is also a whopping 10 strength. So, Titania has not been getting very lucky with the fate deck recently, has she? And she scored with Thor, but everything else, not so much. Okay. Tripod back. Alright. So, we still have a decent amount of money as M.O.D.O.K. I think I'm going to go over to the AIM submarine. I'm going to gain 1, and I'm going to spend 4 to play Creating the Cube. It is typically 5, but of course Leader knocks that down. I can activate it for 3 power. Gain 1 loyalty. You may activate Creating the Cube as long as you have at least 1 ally with Scientist in their name or Leader in play. So yeah, I can spend 3 power to activate this cube to gain the power of the cube, or Creating the Cube to gain 1 loyalty. Alright, so I'm up to 3 loyalty now. And I can discard. I'm going to discard my whole hand. It's all allies I don't need. I don't need to spend 1 extra for allies right now. I got enough allies on my board already. Alright, what do we get? We get Hail M.O.D.O.K, Aim Scientist, Aim Soldiers, and Psionic Blast. Alright, Hail M.O.D.O.K's good. Hail M.O.D.O.K's always good. Haven't drawn the cube yet, and we only got, like, what? We got 5 cards left at the bottom of my deck here. Or till the bottom of the deck. Alright. Let's go here. Alrighty then. So we got Crossbones out. We also got Trainer for Hire, which could give us some money, but we don't really need money right now. I'm going to go to Solomon Institute. I'm going to gain 2. I'm going to spend 3 to play Crossbones. He may be played from my discard pile. Alright. So he's here now. And I'm going to... Yeah, I'll activate the training dummy. I'll give him +1 strength. I was going to try to do something fancy, but it didn't work out. Alright, and I drew my second training dummy card. Alright. Back over here. To where Titania's at. Alright. So I am going to go to Streets of Manhattan, and I'm going to vanquish Thor with Titania. He is gone. She gains +1 strength. She now has 4. This card is gone. He's played Attach it to a hero in play. Oh, attach it to a hero. So I had to attach it to Thor. Well, he gives me 3 power for defeating him in that way. And then I also gained 2 from that location. So I gained 5 power just now, which is really cool. My dogs outside are barking at a car going by, because of course they are. Alright. Now I can still play a card. I think I'm just going to spend 1 to play It's Only Round 1. Choose a card from your discard pile and put it in your hand. And I'm going to choose a I'm Right Here card to hopefully get a hero out. Now, Titania definitely gets more difficult as she goes on. Because she's leveling up, but the bosses are getting harder. That doesn't actually make sense. She's leveling up, but if you then start drawing the weaker heroes, like, we got some really tough ones out of the way. We got Captain Marvel and Thor, and we had to whittle their strength down so she could use them. Maybe that wasn't the smartest thing to do, but now if I start getting heroes that are less than 4 strength, which there's a lot of them, it's going to be a little difficult. I'm going to have to find other means to gain strength. Alright. I'm going to aim Island. I'm going to discard my entire hand except Hail M.O.D.O.K. I'm going to spend nothing to play Hail M.O.D.O.K. And my loyalty is almost up to 5. And I can Fate. Might as well. No reason I can't. Inhibitor Shackles. When Inhibitor Shackles are played, attach them to an ally or Titania. Remove all strength tokens from that character. They cannot be used in a Vanquish action, and their ability is ignored. You may pay 2 power to remove Inhibitor Shackles. Oh god. Okay. Well, I am attaching this to Diamondback. Diamondback just lost all of her strength tokens. And I don't think she gets those back after Inhibitor Shackles are gone, huh? Or does she? Does she get them back? Oh, that might be something I have to look up. Alright. Let's see here. What's percentage my phone on? Okay. That's M.O.D.O.K's turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Oh, there's the cube. It was second from the bottom. Calculating probability, you may discard any number of cards from your hand, draw cards equal to the number you discarded, and captured, which is his only specialty I have yet to use. I use calculated probability a lot. A lot of his good cards were high and out there. Alright. One more turn for Taskmaster so we can finish our full rotation, and then I am going to end this one. I'm going to end part 1 here. Alright, let's see. So I got Training Dubby. Okay. I don't have a relocate action, which is unfortunate. I'm going to go Training Room. I'm going to conduct exercise and give Crossbones that final strength that he needs, that final pep in his step. And then I am going to spend 1 to play Training Dummy to Diamondback's location. And I'm also going to spend 2, which would just be the rest of the 3 I paid, to get rid of these Inhibitor Shackles. And after I look it up, I will figure out whether or not she gets those strength tokens back. I feel like the thematicness of the Inhibitor Shackles, like, yeah, she would. You know, they're off, now she gets the strength tokens back. Now you get your strength back because they inhibited your strength, but now that they're off, you get your strength back. But no, they might just remove that permanently. And if so, Taskmaster got really bad luck here. Alright. I'm going to discard Trainer for hire. I think I got enough money right now. And I'm going to draw back up. Trainees, instead of discarding an ally used in a Vanquish action at this location, remove Trainees instead. You may not use Trainees' ability if Trainees are involved in a Vanquish action. Taskmaster's Sword, which gives all allies at this location 1 strength. And Photographic Reflexes, where he literally gets to take an effect another villain plays, place it on that card, and then use that effect whenever he wants to. It's actually a really cool specialty. But yeah, thank you everybody so much for watching. I'll see you in part 2 of this game. Bye-bye.